on, everybody? Welcome to the Good Neighbors Podcast. We are your hosts. I am the one half of it. He is the second half. I am Dre.
I am Mont.
How are y'all doing today? Welcome, everybody, again. Today, why people don't do what they supposed to do. I am one of the biggest victims of this.
Oh, baby, I didn't think we was going into this.
I am one of the biggest victims of this.
Yo.
So we gonna talk about this though. We're gonna definitely talk about this today. For me, I feel like for myself at least, I feel like one of the reasons why I don't do what I'm supposed to do is lack of motivation in the physical nature. If that makes. So what I mean by that is I feel like I gain the motivation from like you doing something great.
It makes
so
sense.
like if you have an accomplishment, it make me want to have an accomplishment.
Right.
It boosts me up.
Right.
Like because sometimes I be having like a lot of things I want to do and then it kind of get cloudy. But then I kind of once certain things start slowing down, I kind of be like,
you kind of veer off away from it.
But then once I hear somebody around me like, yo, I did such and such and such, I'm like, yes.
It's like you're happy for them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like especially if you're connected with the person, it kind of like helps boost your confidence. Like, yo, I had input on that, or like how we be doing, we be at work or whatever, you like, yo man, I did this, I did that, and we sit back and look at each other like, I planted that seed. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, for real. No, dead serious. Look at this chump. But in all honesty though, so that's how I build up back my confidence. But that's one of the reasons why I don't do certain things that I'm supposed to be doing. But I must say though, I also been hiding from how could I say this? I've been hiding from my role as a member of friendship and family and shit like that. I've been hiding and pushing my role to the side also, which is like a natural born leader. And usually people gain the motivation from certain things I do.
Absolutely.
So I have been actually selfish a lot of times where I stop doing certain things, and then I feel like it kind of had like that domino effect where if I stop something and other people stop certain
so
things.
basically kind of like use your position that you're in to help motivate other people, basically.
Correct.
Right.
So I have learned that a long time ago, and I have been learning how to pick that back up.
Some of us come from areas of a procrastination spirit, and we get so in tuned with actually seeing it so much, along our lives or whatever, and you don't even know like why it happens until you start to see like, well,
I don't got the procrastination spirit though. I actually
something must have broken that.
I got habits because I'm a motivator. I'm a go getter.
Okay.
Like so, my spirit is usually like, all right, I need $100. I'm gonna go figure out how to get that $100 like right there and then. Like I'm one of them type of people.
Right.
Where it kicked in from me, in all honesty, was when after the lack of, how can I say this? So once I started like just assisting or trying to assist a couple people, handful of people, nobody in particular, and then things just not necessarily go my way, but then you kind of get that kickback. Like when we tried to start doing the podcast, you kind of had a lot of doubt, and I had to keep pushing for us to get to this point.
I didn't see the forest from the trees.
Correct. Back then, I used to kick back. Oh, okay, you don't want to do it? All right, and just drop it. That's what I used to do. So So that's really a lot of times why I lack of doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because I get in my feelings and then I get in my own way, and then once I get in my feelings and I get in my own way, I actually start blocking other people's shit, and then it's like a weird domino effect, man.
I can understand. You
But
you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. So if you are out there basically,
can you attest to that though, V over there?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, we got a special guest today. We have my brother V.
How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing?
If y'all don't recall, a couple episodes ago, you heard some snoring. That was him.
Man,
y'all was Snorlax over there.
Lies.
So
Lies.
So, but I think he can attest to what I said though before, as far as like
you
me
hit the
being
nail right on the head with that
like
one.
me,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like me being a motivator, and then
I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm more so of a procrastination. I more so got the procrastination spirit. I got a lot of talents and things I do, but a lot of, just being honest, sometimes I procrastinate because it's so much. I feel like it's too much on my plate. So sometimes I just try to take things slow, or I might not do certain things, and I feel like that's what you hit the nail on the head too. Yeah, both of y'all hit the nail on the head with something I definitely can agree with. I got that procrastination spirit on me at times.
Sometimes we all do in certain ways, certain ones more than others. Mm-hmm. And when you kind of see it, you won't see it, but things just start happening, and then they'll slowly start to deteriorate away, and you be like, wasn't I supposed to do something? And then you forget about it, and then until something happens, it'll bring it back up, and you be like, I was supposed to do so and so. So I'm quite sure no matter what your tax bracket is, we all kind of have that, but it also is up to us to break that glass ceiling and become motivators and pushers of creating the dichotomy of creating that lane that we want to go through, so because we all know we do it. We even do it with some of the smallest things. We procrastinate on some of the smallest things,
But I'm starting to look at it now as, and I just was telling somebody this last night, I feel like now, even those small things, I feel like you should just do those right there and then. Like, that will break the habit, that will start the chain of breaking the habit of procrastination. Is you got something small, if it's a fork, a spoon, instead of just leaving it in the sink, just wash it off. Wash it, clean it off, put it in the joint. Boop. Do that every time. I think no, and I'm dead ass serious.
You're right.
Like, I feel like those are the small things you need to do now to work out the procrastination. Garbage. Instead of making like a makeshift garbage can in your room, you know what I'm saying? Yo, just walk downstairs and take the garbage out. You know what I mean? Look at it as a form of exercising, up and down the stairs. What they call that? Oscillating, I think. I forgot what they call that.
Of doing what?
When you go up and down like when you go up and down the stairs, I forgot what they call that. Exercise.
I'm not even gonna front act like I do know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like an exercise though, going up and down the stairs.
Right.
Treat it like an exercise, yo. Or it may, depending on what, stop eating in your room. That'll give you a like, so now it will help start breaking habits where you may not supposed to even really be eating in your room. So I feel like the small things we should start actually taking real serious overall.
There's a book by a 4-star admiral in the Navy named William McRaven. You probably heard of it. It's called Make Your Bed. The first thing you should do in the morning is make your bed. And that should start off how the rest of your day goes. Because it's giving you something that you're doing repetitive that takes precedence in how you move and how you do things. So something as simple as making your bed, it gets you in the complaint. I'm sorry, not complacency. It gets you into the repetitiveness of knowing that there's a task or a job that needs to be done, and something as small as making your bed every morning will kind of like guide you on a better path. Like when I wake up in the morning, I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to any and everything. But I know when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to be ready to go hard and go rock out and trap it out or none of that. I start off with classical music and it starts my day off totally different.
Is that a short story?
No, that's a book.
Yeah, like a short book.
Yes.
And I agree with you with that, with the music. Like, you know, I listen to different stuff. Like, you know, I listen to my stuff during the time it need to be listened to. But in the morning, I like to listen to something uplifting or energetic.
You have to.
Like, so I listen to Afro beats. So I know exactly what you mean by listening to something that
There's certain
you going.
yeah, absolutely. There's certain music. Like I always listen to everything. I was kind of like blessed. So I would say blessed. I was blessed with being able to listen to all kinds of music and enjoy it. It started out with soft rock music, like the old radio station where they would play like James Taylor, Huey Lewis in the News, that kind of music.
I'm about to miss me with all them names.
Yo, you know, it was that kind of Fleetwood Mac, all that kind of music.
Okay, I heard of Fleetwood Mac. Okay.
Oh yeah, so always listening to a hip hop based music, and then being able to listen to soft rock music, that turned me into listening to classical music. It turned me into listening to jazz. It turned me listening to rock,
Yeah, I like
hardcore, country music. It kind of my uncle Ron and my uncle Mac, they put me on to more of putting yourself out of the spectrum of what you're supposed to listen to.
Right.
So that played a major key. So when I would wake up in the morning, sometimes if I need to speed somewhere, best believe something with a higher bass line is gonna get me where I gotta go. But if I just trying to get my day started or whatever, I'm listening to classical, Beethoven, Bach, something that's gonna mellow my spirit. So when I go into a place, because we all know how we are in the morning, we got to deal with a group of spirits and people that's coming from all kinds of angles. And sometimes your spirit is so calm for other people that'll calm them down.
You ever heard of Boney James?
I was told somebody put you onto that.
I was very, very shocked,
Bro.
I was about to tell you, I was shocked.
Stan Getz. Oh, you have your classical music and you have jazz.
Shout out to G, man.
Shout out to G. You have
That was
cool jazz and you got the mellow jazz. You got the certain jazz that has like a crazy tune.
You got
to
that.
Yo,
all over the place.
yo.
Like, I don't even know what to do. Like,
Yo.
what should I do?
But it's
should
still,
I sit down
but
and
it's
chill?
still,
Should I walk around?
but it's a
man?
50-50. That's why
Yeah.
certain bars and certain clubs that play that, the atmosphere is totally different when you listen to that, and it makes
Got like a swing jazz.
you're able to still chill and have a good time,
Yeah.
but you still mellow.
But we still talk about Boney James though, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I started listening to him earlier today, and they got like that R&B type of vibe to it for me, where I feel like it's something where like an 18-year-old, 16-year-old, depending on who they are, be like, oh, okay, whatever.
I'm gonna hit you in the head.
Or
Do you remember the
they won't be like.
Do
yo,
you remember
turn
the
this shit
basketball
off.
player Wayman Tisdale?
No.
Played with the Phoenix
I heard that
Suns.
name. Yeah.
Played for the Suns. Amazing jazz. When you get a chance.
I think that's what I heard from. That's what
Oh,
I heard
yeah.
him doing. Is playing jazz.
Wayman
Not
Tisdale
playing
used to play.
basketball.
Wayman Tisdale used to play basketball for the Suns, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I never heard of him playing. I heard that name before, but for him playing jazz,
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Wayman Tisdale was nice. He was nice. He passed away,
Wow.
but he was not. Yo,
Yeah, my
his
dad,
jazz-
man, he put me onto a lot of stuff too.
his jazz. Yo, nice. It's so much cool jazz to listen to. I call it cool jazz, because that's what it is. That's something that, you know, my grandma used to take me. I haven't been in a while. Go to Art Park, and they be having those little jazz.
Art Park.
Yeah.
Is that the
outside
It's like
Lewiston?
a festival.
Yeah, it's outside Lewiston. Like, you know how you go in Niagara Falls, right?
Okay.
And you go in and you see the big battery plants.
Oh.
You know how you go into you're going towards Canada, right?
Yep.
Instead of going straight towards the border crossing, there's that big U-turn near Devil's Hole and all that area. You go around that area,
Okay.
and it takes you
Getting off at Niagara.
No, towards Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Going towards Niagara Falls. Instead of you going to the border, you driving down. I can't think of the name of the street, but as you're going down near the casino.
Oh, okay.
So you're going
I know
down.
what you're talking
So you're
about.
going down that street where the casino.
It's like over there in their Main or First and Third. All that
Yeah.
over there.
So you go down the street where the casino is, and then you see the border crossing. There's a loop where like Devil's Hole is. Have you ever been in that area?
No.
Man, yo. Okay, I'm gonna ask you another question. Have you been on the other side of Niagara Falls? Not the Canadian side, the other side. Walking across the bridge.
The American side.
On the American
On the
side.
bridge? No, I don't
There's
think
a
so.
bridge when you're driving. There is a bridge that you can like walk across.
To get to where?
Is that right where the
Horseshoe?
anchor bar and stuff is right there?
It's near it's near Horseshoe. It's like Horseshoe Falls. Okay,
I think we talked about this already. Nah.
it's the other. It's right near the walkway, but there's two bridges, and some people think that that's gonna make you walk over into Canada. It's the other side, the American side of Niagara Falls, and you see the other view of Niagara Falls.
Okay. No, I can't
Like
recall.
Horseshoe Falls. I encourage you to see that part. That's where one of my favorite inventors, his statue is Nikola Tesla. Legend, beast. And it's right on that side. And I didn't know about it until a couple of years ago. Because I always thought I need to go, I'm just gonna stay on this side and just hang out on this side. You know, I ain't gotta walk all over there until I went on the other side, and it's, oh wow. It's more of a view. It got like a little path and everything. It's a good view. It's a beautiful view. If you can't go on the other side of Canada, that view actually is really good too.
Yeah, I gotta.
But
That's
One
thing
day
I'm
I gotta go over
procrastinating
there.
about too is going to Niagara, the actual falls. I haven't been to the actual.
there's so
falls.
much history.
Yeah.
There's so much. But back to the art park thing. There's even that way. Even going towards Art Park in Lewiston, they have like a reenactment of the Revolutionary War over there at Fort Niagara. All that stuff that we take for granted because we're here. Like we said before, how many people only just know they block and know they in their area, in their street,
Yeah, we all
but not
know.
really paying attention that you have a wonder of the world not even 20 minutes away. And it's so much involved with it, and it's so much creation. Nikola Tesla was like one of the ones that created the reason of the power of the energy that we get to have the Niagara Falls in being created. You know what I'm saying? So it's something like that we don't even know until you go and you see the tours, and you're like, you know, unless you find out for yourself, but you know it's better to go on a tour. But then after you go on a tour, you start digging for yourself and you start finding out certain things that's very creative. You know what I'm saying? So even that's a part of the procrastination. I know it's there, but I'll go next time. I'll visit it next time. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna try that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's Lewiston Art Park, and that's basically where they would do a lot of jazz concerts and a lot of like older musicians, music. Like I went with my grandmother to see Earth, Wind and Fire there. You know, so it's places.
Okay. You was telling me about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so
I gotta
much
check that.
stuff.
I
You
gotta
know what I'm
check that
saying?
part of
I
it.
encourage anybody that come to Buffalo, make sure you go see Niagara Falls and make sure you take a trip to see everything. Not just Buffalo Wings, not just the Buffalo Bills. Come see what Buffalo really has to offer.
Period. Right?
You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than that.
We got
It's bigger than Benny and Griselda. It's a lot more that's involved with our city that I encourage people to see because there's so much involved.
So back on our subject.
Yes, sir.
The reason why people can't do what they need to do. You misunderstand the nature and scope of the work because we were about to get off topic, so I had to bring it back on topic. Right. So that's another reason why a lot of people can't do what they're supposed to do because we don't understand the assignment. And the assignment was reasons why we can't move on. But that was my fault because I had to go fix some shit behind the scenes.
Well, to keep it a buck with you, since you want to put me out there like that, the actual topic was supposed to be about health.
Exactly.
But you didn't mention that, so that's not my fault.
Yo.
Next.
Yo, alright, so back on subject. So, wait, what was it about health?
It was about the health of... that topic came up, I believe. We were talking about... It was about...
No, it was about health. Yes. It was about health, but it was about why people can't move on and do the things that need to be done based on a dietary health. That's what it pretty much was. Then we took the subject overall of why people just can't move on as a whole.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so don't blame me.
So it's not you, it's both of us.
No, because I had a bunch to say about health and what they doing to us right now. But then you hit me with that one, so I had to turn it back.
No, but you can still mention the stuff about health because it still is in relation to that though at the same time.
Okay.
So it go hand in hand. Health and the responsibility in a role.
Health is wealth, correct?
Yeah, because shit, even that, I ain't gonna go into that. But even the point of doing what you're supposed to do on the health side, drinking water. Me and this man right over there was just talking about how people don't drink water. And then
the water gonna have a flavor to it.
And then demon is nasty. Yeah. Me and the man V was just talking about that like 2 days ago, yo.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday. Swear to God. That shit was crazy, yo. And
how crazy is that, bro? Let me tell you this, yo. How many kids you know that drink out of a water hose now?
You don't like flavor. You don't like water because it got no flavor.
Yeah, I know somebody like that. We drink out of a water hose. I think I'm immune from a bunch of stuff from drinking out of water.
You know the thing that killed me too, like the things that people need in flavor, as far as water wise, is sugar. It's sweeteners and sugar.
Because it's not
even really real fruit at all. I just
want the flavor.
You want flavor because if you was to put real fruit in your water, which I think they call infused. That's infused water.
Yes, sir.
It don't even have no sort of sweet flavor to it at all whatsoever.
It doesn't.
You can put blueberries, strawberries, the whole 9 yards.
I don't think it's a sweetener. I think it's the chemical reaction of knowing that there's a fruit in there.
Yeah, but it's not sweet though.
I don't care if it's sweet. I know it's a fruit in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, check it out.
Lemon and water.
I was just about to say that. Yo, what you got, man? I got some. I put 2 drops of a lemon squirter in my water. I put cucumber in there, so it's like it's not that it's sweet. It's the fact that I know that there's another connection to the water that's just not plain water. Right. There's a flavor in it. What you drinking? I'm drinking cucumber water. You're like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Poland Spring strawberry flavor.
Right.
Like that's sugar. That's sweetener.
Sugar.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you basically
Propel strawberry or whatever like that.
Propel seltzer or something like that.
That's sugar. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
And Gatorade. Yo,
Gatorade has electrolytes in it.
Rest in peace to my grandmother, man. Yo, my grandmother used to, she used to drink more Gatorade than water and swore up and down that was a substitution for water. And I had to tell her, like, that's not a substitution for water.
I'm about to get off topic again.
Whatsoever.
Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
No.
I think I have.
This dude was from a certain era. He ended up being like locked down. I think he ended up being like cryogenically froze and end up going into the future. He finds out that the future.
Brendan Fraser was in this joint.
No, I don't think that's Encino Man.
Yeah, my bad.
And what happened is he goes to the future and he finds out the future is super dumbed down, and they it's like they basically went back to the caveman days.
Okay.
So he coming from maybe the 2000s or something, sees what's going on, and he not the brightest crayon himself or whatever, but he see how they work. He like, yo, I'm smarter than y'all, but because he was a little bit smarter than everybody else, they thought it was something wrong with him. Mm-hmm. So he was going and talking to the people. Yo, the funny thing is, Terry Crews is the president.
Okay.
And he was a wrestler, and they made him a president. So he seen that the crops was all jacked up and dry or whatever, and he was like, yo, why? Well, this is one of y'all main reasons. What's going on with the plants and stuff? He said they just won't grow. He like, why they won't grow? Their water was Gatorade. Mm-hmm. So he was like, no, you need actual water. And the first thing they said was, the stuff that goes in the toilet?
Yep.
He like, no, but why do you use Gatorade on the plants? And the girl was like, because it has electrolytes. He like, no, you need water. Why the Gatorade not doing nothing? Why y'all still using Gatorade?
I never see this movie.
Yo, it's fun. Yo, the sad part
crazy.
about it is going to kind of make you feel like we're going towards that era.
No, it
the
is.
Dumbing down of society.
I don't get it.
So
they got a whole Gatorade electrolyte line. They got a whole line of this.
Gatorade
more electrolytes than usual.
Right,
but it's for athletes though. Like
it's not a regular.
Made with sea salt.
People be sitting there. People be sitting there, sitting right on the couch, dressing down just Gatorade all day. Like, man, it's better than water. I can't.
At least I'm putting something in me that that, and it's like you need more.
And again, why do we do that? Why do you just sit there and know that Gatorade have never existed up until the late 90s, early 2000s?
No, I thought it went back to the 60s.
Nah, bro.
Gatorade?
Yeah, Gatorade.
I mean, really, I'm talking about popularity wise.
Oh, okay.
Like Michael Jordan want to be like Mike. He kind of made it popular.
Gatorade is from 1965, man.
Yeah. It
was led by Dr. Robert Cade.
I'm pretty positive that.
I think he was a Florida Gator. I believe he was involved with the Florida Gators.
But was it more so just for the sport?
Absolutely.
See, that's what I'm. Now in the early, in the 2000s, people then started converting and thinking that Gatorade was water.
Gatorade was created in 1965.
And it was basically based on watching sports. I feel like, because now you're sitting there watching Mike, Kobe, all these cats do what they do, and then that's the first thing you see: Gatorade cup, them busting down cups of it.
Michael Jordan's secret sauce.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, it was created at the University of Florida. Gatorade is not a
replacement of water at all whatsoever.
Yep. Following a request from the Florida Gators football team, Ray Graves was created to help athletes by acting as a replacement for bodily fluids lost during physical exertion. The earliest version of the beverage consisted of a mixture of water, sodium, sugar, potassium, and phosphate, and lemon juice.
Mm-hmm. I believe it. That's why one of the original flavors is lemon lime. That's the original. Mm-hmm. That's why I can believe that.
That's the one I always seen. That or orange in the commercial. I always seen
everything. All them other colors is for Gazy.
Red.
So back on the subject though.
Yeah.
So why do you think that on a health tip we can't do what we supposed to do when you know your body is in a stage of change and you know you need to do certain things? Even when the doctors say, yo, change your body or change your diet or something's gonna happen.
I don't know.
And you just be like, well,
I think
we all gonna die anyway.
That's
so
the
whatever.
excuse. And I think that's the lazy excuse. I love a steak as much as anybody. I love pasta and spaghetti as much as anybody. I love soul food as much as anybody because my dad's people's from the South, from Mississippi. I think it's due to the fact that we try to use it as a cultural excuse. You know, I eat
That's
this.
all we got?
But that's all that they were able to eat. So we use that as a cultural excuse in the essence of kind of how, let me rephrase that. We use as an American cultural excuse of why we do the things, why we eat the things that we eat. And also in a lot of neighborhoods, there's not a lot of juice bars. There's not a lot of let's say, alternatives other than the corner store that sell super duper subs, pizzas, steaks, things of that nature. You know, some people get it and say, hey man, I need to sit back and I need to change it. Or some people just ride the wave and continue to, you know, keep going even when the doctor tells you, hey man, you need to cut back on your fat, or you need to take care of, you have a lot of calcium deposits, you have a lot of things going on, this is what you need to cut back on, this is what you need to take care of. Some people take that and ride the wave with it, and some people still continue to do what they do because us as humans, we believe that we are in charge of our body and we are in the domain of our body. So that's why we continue to do until, you know, even when it is last minute. You know, grandma, you've been cooking ham hocks and all this stuff for years and years, and you got high blood pressure. Prime example was a Boondocks episode that they did about soul food.
The itis.
Not even the itis.
No, it was a different one where he got sick. Everybody got sick, right?
No, it was about the soul food episode. Mm-hmm. Grandma been cooking soul food forever, and everybody got together and ate grandma's soul food. Right. Grandma ended up getting diabetes. They had to amputate grandma's leg.
Based on the movie Soul Food.
Based on the movie Soul Food. Mm-hmm. Right. It was. It was. Yeah. She ended up, grandma getting diabetes, ended up having to amputate grandma's leg. Grandma ended up passing away. After grandma ended up passing away, guess what they ended up doing? Having the same big old feast that they had.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And psychologically, we're okay. So I'm not opposed because I do the same thing, right? Because again, I'm no victim. I'm no perfect person. I'm a victim of it also. Why can't like now we get down to portions? So it's like, okay, you can eat the food, that's fine. Now, why can't you portion it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even knock half the food that we do eat most of the time. Granted, some of it you shouldn't really have at all.
Right.
But now, if you do decide to do it, now it's, why do we refuse to go into using it in portions? So that's like, all right, if that's like the next stage. If I'm not going to do,
why do I have to?
If I'm not,
why do I have to do it until my stomach feel like it's about to burst?
If I'm not going to eliminate it, then let me do it in a portion.
Gluttony, baby.
So
gluttony. 7 deadly sins. One of them is gluttony.
And that's what, it's crazy. I do not. That's one of the. I don't even know all the 7 deadly sins, but that's one of the sins out of the 7 that I do believe in, and am a firm believer of it. Especially the way I typically would be able
even if you don't believe in scriptures, I think I'll put you on an anime called Full Metal Alchemist. Each one of those characters basically explain what they are: greed, lust, gluttony, pride. Unfortunately, gluttony and lust and greed are my favorites, unfortunately. Because I love the characters. But then when you start to look at what they come with, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Do I do that? Do I fit that category? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But gluttony is one of the biggest issues I think we got.
We do it with a lot of things, and it's not just
like I'll eat a box of candy or 4 or 5 fruit roll-ups.
Right.
But I won't eat the full. Yes. There's a part of something that I'm not eating, either the beginning, the middle, or the end.
Oh, you got
because it's not. Because I believe in that gluttony. Mm-hmm. I believe in Yo,
overindulging.
I just scarfed down 5 fruit roll-ups.
Hello.
The least I can do out of 5 fruit roll-ups is eat 4.
And people wonder why America.
So that's like cutting a quarter of each
and we wonder,
roll of roll-up, and they'll be like, all right, I'll just turn 4 into 5. But at least, I mean, it don't make it no better, but mentally,
you like, I tell myself, I didn't take that one, so guess what? I'm in the clear.
That's a small step.
It's small.
It's a small step from saying, okay.
And we wonder why our country is the way it is in obesity. And we wonder why. You ever have so much or a plethora of anything that you want, and then imagine somebody telling you that you can't do it no more?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope, not this.
We gluttons for food and punishment.
We're gluttons for, you know what?
For real.
There was a time during the 80s when Mikhail Gorbachev from Russia came to meet President Ronald Reagan. And he came back in the day. Now, this is the 80s. And Mikhail Gorbachev looked and seen our supermarkets and was looking like this. This is all the food that you guys have here? And he was like, yeah. Because he coming from an area where they might have been eating good, but the people didn't have that much. So they're seeing our supermarkets stocked to the brim. What you want? Steak. I don't eat steak. All right, bet. Chicken thighs. I don't eat chicken thighs. All right. Pork. I don't eat pork. You have a plethora of any and everything that you can. You have so much that you can attain to. When it's like, okay, you get one chicken, you get one thing of milk, you get one thing of veggies. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you see that in this era, from another country, and it's like, wow, I've never seen nothing like this. Especially back in the 80s. Remember the supermarkets back then? You know, and then we're actually kind of seeing. Guess what? They're slowly starting to do. Yo, now they trying to destroy the plants and stuff that we have now. To make you basically because they want you to stop eating fillingly. You like having a steak, we don't want you to eat steak. But you can eat these bugs that we're about to create for you.
Yo, you was really stuck on that.
I am.
So what's going on with the bugs?
The thing going on with the bugs.
Really stuck on this.
Because it's true. They're like trying to introduce people into eating bugs to save the climate.
Yeah, they already do that in nature. Like, I know some nature people, they do that.
I'm not talking about nature, bro. I'm talking about period. They want people to convert over into eating bugs and eating insects.
They alive when you get them, or they like?
I don't know if they're alive or whatever, but they want to. Let's put it like this. Over in the UK, over in England, they're starting the kids in the schools eating these things right now.
Oh, hell no.
So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to take away your prosperity of having a choice to eat whatever you want.
May I have the 5-pack of roaches based in butter, please?
Yes, please. But guess what? They want you to eat the bugs.
Please.
And a June bug.
Yes, two June bugs. It's the wife's birthday. So they want you to start eating the bugs.
The kid would like the lady nuggets on the side.
So you get to eat the bugs while they snatch up all the farmland and get all the steaks and the lobsters, like in the Matrix, where he was like, I know this doesn't, I'm not here, but I know this is what I think it tastes like.
That's why I believe in what I believe.
But it's not what I think it is. You remember that joint?
Yeah.
So that's what they want. I'm going there. They want you to own nothing, have nothing, and be happy. Now it sounds crazy.
That sounds absolutely insane.
But guess what? How they'll plan it out for you, you would think it's for the betterment of society and the world. But at the same time, it's basically saying your free will is gone. You do what we say, and we're going to give you this, and you're going to be happy with it.
It's going to be like Demolition Man.
Remember that movie? You say that, guess what? That is the perfect example.
You're going to get fined.
Curse, you get fined. That's crazy. People living underground because they can't live above ground with the normals.
I want to be both. I want to be up and down.
What's dude's name with the hair?
Simon Phoenix.
Yeah.
Simon Phoenix. Sammy Phoenix.
He was the first one with the blonde top.
Yo, no, Dennis Rodman was, baby.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He rocked the worm.
Yeah, that's probably where he got the idea from. But yeah, back to what y'all was saying. I'm sorry.
That's what we do, baby.
Yeah, Demolition Man. That remind me of that.
But that's what it basically is, and this goes further back than that. This goes all the way back to Plato. It goes all the way back to biblical days. They don't want you. They keep you fat and lethargic just so you can work, because a fit society can't have no play in saying what the hell going on. We keep you fat and lethargic. We feed you bread until you just this, and you just a slave on a plantation of Slavelandia. You know.
So is that lacking discernment?
I believe it is, because you know. I go to a buffet. I know how much I'm gonna eat at a buffet. I know if I go to this buffet, I want certain things. Now, if I'm going to this buffet to eat every damn thing in sight, then that's a me problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going there because they got a good steak, they got a good this, and they got a good that. But if I'm going there to be like, I gotta have this chicken, I gotta have this meatloaf, I gotta have this chicken.
Yo, I have 5 stacks of
Say it, because I know what you're gonna say. Go for it.
crab legs.
Yo.
I watch cats snatch up plates. Bro, I watch cats snatch up crab legs. I'll be like,
I
man.
eat crab legs.
Yo, no. I'm talking about the time we went recently, like about 5-6 years ago. We all went. A whole group of us. We wrapping
Everybody
cookies,
gets.
we wrapping cookies and napkins. Putting them. We had like the cargo shorts.
No. Yo, it's funny.
Eating 4 and 5 plates.
Damn. It's as funny as it sound though.
But we ain't never beef for none of that though. Like they,
but
the
they
crazy
be
thing about
for them crab legs.
they be
them
ready to
steaks,
fight.
Them steaks
They
and crab
be
legs.
ready to fight.
Ready to beef.
But guess what? You at a place. Now think about this. You're at a place where it's already in abundance, and you still want more.
Yep.
Think about that. You already at the buffet. You can eat as much as
Wait
you want.
10 more minutes. And
So these is pretty much societal constraints that we're talking about. Why you pretty much can't do what you want to do.
To an extent.
Or do what you need to do, rather, not do what you want to do.
Well,
you need to do.
Do what you need to do to an extent. If you have something that you want to go and get, you're going to go and get it. If you continue to make excuses of why you can't get it, and even if the excuses are minuscule, they're still excuses. So you know what you want to do, but you won't.
About excuses late, man.
Hey, we all fall short sometimes. No one's perfect. I'm a work in progress, as my grandmother would say.
No,
I'm a work in progress, as my grandmother
we
would
ain't gonna
say.
say where y'all both fall short at.
Hey, bro, we're not gonna get there
Yo.
because you can eat a bag of them, little ones. But that's another story.
Why I gotta eat a little bit?
No, because it's multiple of them. They just
Like
little.
gummy worms?
Nah, bro.
Hell no. Gummy worms.
But it's a societal thing. Because you got to think about it. We have everything. Then you think about other countries that don't have
can you
that
blame financial on not doing what you need to do? Because a lot of people say they don't have the funds
to
be able to do certain things, like go to a gym, buy the foods, and get the places and shit like that,
Excuses.
or stuff like that.
There are excuses.
To a degree.
Not really, because guess what? I think when you say things like gym, I think sometimes people go to gyms for the visual aspect. Everything that you...
I'm a firm believer. I don't think you need the gym.
Everything... I enjoy going to a gym because they have everything that I need. They have everything that I think I need. But for the most part, everything that I need to do is at home with me. Everything that you want to do in a gym is at home.
Toys,
I believe like Mother Nature more so.
Mother,
at home.
yeah. Well,
Like
that's what I mean by Mother
believe
Nature.
like Mother Nature, like outside, in-house, anything outside of a gym. It could be a park. It could be.
I think we go for that
hills.
Yeah, we go for the visual aspect of knowing. Like for a lot of people that you see on social media and stuff. Look, I'm in the gym. I'm doing this. I'm at the gym. I can understand that. You know, especially if you got a brand or whatever. But for other people, especially like in third world countries, same size or whatever, using what Mother Nature has given them to achieve the build that they need, everything that you need. we're so in tune with believing that we have to go to a gym to look that way when you don't have to. I look at my grandfather and my great grandfathers and my great uncles. These dudes were massive sized men with calluses and things the size of a boulder on the hand. No gym, just massive from hard work.
So how do we get people to change the mindset or change their mindset to believe you don't need these things to be able to kickstart your different new journey that you would like to have?
The most you can do is just tell them. Yeah. Because you can't make somebody. You can't make them.
At least the information was there. And you know what I think is funny?
Yeah.
Everybody, no color particular, every single person in this world, the majority, have the technology to be able to have the information right on hand.
What did I tell you before?
And we refuse.
You have the Alexandria Library in the palm of your hand.
And we refuse to believe.
And you want to look up why an armadillo drink Gatorade at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I'm a victim of it.
We all are.
Understand.
We all are. You know?
I'm not a full victim though, but I'm,
well, for the most part.
Here I go making an excuse. I'm not a full victim. No,
right.
I'm a victim.
We all are, in one way or another. I need to look up this. I'm gonna look up this, and I end up scrolling on the other side of YouTube.
That's where I say, do the small things first.
Knock them out,
and then reward yourself to something like that.
Somebody keep telling, I ain't gonna say somebody, but different people keep telling me write stuff down.
Yeah, I love to write stuff down. Listen, I just wrote down
think about it, but
old school Post-it notes.
Listen, I just wrote down my financials again today. Yo, wow. I said, ooh-wee, I have been playing.
We take that for granted, though.
And
we throw everything, especially like in our phones, and we rely on our phones so much. And
they crunch everything by hand.
Right.
Division, multiplication, everything. Didn't do anything by the phone. Literally wrote everything down on a paper. Sat back and said,
"That's basic." I can't say basic because that's something that we're slowly. We're relying on technology so much that we're forgetting the basics of how to take care of ourselves.
But I feel like that do help though, right?
To an extent. Oh, writing stuff down, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. Writing stuff down is ancient. Mm-hmm. Like I told you before, there's kids right now that don't even know how to write cursive.
Right.
And I told you the reason why they don't want you to learn how to write cursive. That means you have to read what the Constitution actually fucking says.
Right.
So if you can't read cursive, how I'm gonna know what my rights is in this ancient document? You know what I'm saying? It's slow things like that we take for granted, and that leads into our moral compass and how we take care of each other. Unless somebody has gone through something and told you, hey man, don't go that route, don't do this. You gonna go through it yourself, do it. Find out how hard it works, then bump into that person that told you a while ago, hey man, you shouldn't have did that. You bump into, man, you was right, man, I shouldn't have did that. You did.
And I was saying, somebody was telling me to write stuff down, and I researched why you should write stuff down, and it's saying that it helps you, your mind makes you want to do those things because you wrote it down. Now you want to accomplish it because it's bothering you mentally.
Because you wrote it down.
Psychologically.
Especially if you write it down and put it on your door and you walk by that door every single day.
I'm not doing that part.
Do 20 push-ups a day.
I keep it in my pocket or something like that.
Whatever your thing
is. I keep pulling it out my pocket and
you have to think about it. You gotta think about it. You'll keep it closer to something that you do on a constant basis.
Yeah. Okay, that's for me though. So yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay. You know, what am I doing? I'm always going to my pocket. I'm always going to my wallet. Mm-hmm. I'm always looking at my phone. So if I keep a Post-it note on the back of my phone, I grab my phone, I feel it. What the? Oh yeah, that it. Certain things like lock screen. Write it down. Say there's a lock screen. Every time you open your lock screen, boom, there it go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a newer age of doing it, even though we were talking about older things, but I think that's a good way of doing it too. Write it down on a post-it note. Take a screenshot of it. Make it your home screen, your lock screen. Make it your home screen.
Yeah, I'll probably do that now. I'll probably do that one. Do a home screen joint. Because that's actually...
I got at least 5 bullets I need to write down.
Because...
I need to get done before this year is up.
Yeah, because that's crazy.
And don't rush them.
But now I know what I gotta... But now I know what I gotta do.
I think we all know what we gotta do.
And you know what else I did too? I lose insight of... I lose focus of the assignment, like I said earlier. Like, per instance, for example, driving Uber. I initially drove because the payoff debts, little debts and stuff like that. Got into a habit of learning how to actually properly drive and how to do it right. And then I started not earning because I started doing it for, I gotta earn, $200 a night.
I gotta make it.
This, that, and so
now I'm killing what you wanted to do.
So now I'm killing myself trying to attain this dollar value that just, at first it made sense, but it just didn't make sense. Once I started looking at the other half of it where I was spending money in a lot of other places.
Gaining and throwing it away.
The driving... Now the thought of just driving to stay out of those habits, ways, that allowed me to gain an income in abundance because I took something and changed the narrative because I understood the assignment for myself. Right. It wasn't for me to earn any more money. Mm-hmm. It was actually really for me to stop spending what I was spending.
Got it.
And earn at the same time. And then double up, from what I save from not doing what I normally do.
Right.
And then add to it by gaining, additional
Makes
income.
Sense. I mean, it wants
right.
Sense.
So when I realized certain things like that, my assignment really was look at my finances first before I think I can pick up another income and change my issue. Mm-hmm. It really was within first. It wasn't. I wasn't even really adding to. It was really changing within.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't understand the assignment of, change what you got going on first, then see what you got to do, tweak it. I just went to initially just add right to it and then went about it the wrong way, killed myself, got angry, got mad, wasn't earning the way I thought I was supposed to be earning, all type of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So losing insight, I think, is an issue with people not doing what they're supposed to be doing also. And so that goes to say, if you got an idea that you think could work for the better of yourself, just keep it going until you get, how can I say this? Keep going until you get the not accomplishment,
the desired
outcome that you want. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so keep doing what you need to do until you get that outcome. And if not, just keep tweaking it because eventually you'll learn by consistency. And that's what I love about this podcast. We've been on for almost 10 episodes now. I think this is the 9th. And that's 2.5. That's going on 3 months straight of one video a week content. And it's crazy because a lot of people say just do one video a week, that's all it takes. And I was again not understanding the assignment. I wanted to do 2 and 3 videos a week, and again I lost focus and track. And
because there's a lot that comes with it. There's a lot that comes with it, especially in what we know that we can do compared to all the extra stuff that can be done. So we're working at our own pace on creating this Good Neighbors podcast to the best of our ability for as much knowledge as we know, and we're learning and growing as we go. We learn something from each other every single day. There's no reason why you shouldn't learn something every single day. We piggyback off each other every day because he got some knowledge that I don't, and hopefully I give him some knowledge that he needs. That's the thing about humanity in our society. For our society to continue and coexist, we have to learn from one another.
And maybe it's the wrong people on the job that you're learning from. Maybe you just listening to the wrong people.
Maybe you listening to
getting the wrong information from the wrong people. But that's why we here to try and give some different type of insight.
From the best of our ability.
To the best of our abilities. We like right in the middle. We not a bum or we're not a celebrity. We are just normal human beings that
like to look nice.
Yep, and like to understand life
and the way the world works.
And the way the world works. So, you know what I mean? So listening to the wrong people. We may be the wrong person for you also. But that's not for this video is not for you, unfortunately. So sorry about that. But if this video is for you,
he
then,
who
like
has an ear, let
this
him hear.
You know, but that's how I feel though. I feel like those are the things, but I also feel like there's ways of changing it, and that's looking within yourself, man, and really writing down your pros and your cons about yourself. Write down what you have that's positive that's going on. Write down the things that's negative that's going on. And then from the cons, write down the things that you would like to change from the cons that you would like to go into a positive. And then it's like a chain reaction for me, like a domino effect. And then from that point, you got to figure out what it takes to get from, what is it going to take to get that from a con to a pro. And the best format and way you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I feel is
that makes sense.
Just take it in a slow. You gotta just write it down and have some sort of understanding of what you want first before you just think you could just dive right into changing for yourself or for the better, whatever the reason is. You gotta have some sort of understanding, and you gotta. The biggest thing also before understanding is admittance. You gotta admit to yourself whenever something is not.
That comes with a bunch of stuff. That also comes with admitting that you're wrong.
Everything, just admitting, just period. I feel like admitting, even if it's under your breath, admit. Nobody ain't gotta hear it, just you.
You literally being real with yourself.
Yeah, it's just being real with yourself. You can just mutter it under your breath. Nobody around, walking down the street, in the shower. You can think about it, be like, dang,
I gotta get my
XYZ. Yo, I'm really a bum in this way, and I've really been playing myself, thinking I was this, that, and the third, and I really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you need time to yourself to recollect. Some of the best times I've ever had, and some of the best recollections that I've ever had.
Tell yourself it though.
You have to. Sometimes you have to be your own motivation, and sometimes you need someone to kind of like kick you in the rear to get you to motivate. Some people can do it naturally. Some people need help.
Yeah.
Some people need help from multiple people. I think once they see it coming from multiple people, hopefully they can realize that maybe there's something that they see that I don't see because of my stubbornness.
And the ones that got a leadership role, we gotta be.
Not everybody meant to be a leader.
No. The ones that's an actual leader though, like you have examples of you leading, not just you saying it just to say it. Like no, you have.
Right.
You can back it up. The ones that's leaders or have some sort of leadership role, we have the biggest responsibility also as a leader to continue to lead with no disruption, with
a game plan,
with a game plan,
and humility.
Yes, that's the word I was thinking about. Like, if you're a leader, and I'm a victim of this. If you're a leader and you're not taking that role serious, and that's something that you just ignoring and pushing to the side, you're literally hindering other people's lives, and there is a lot of people's lives at stake when it comes to you being a leader. It's just not yourself; it's other people also. Regardless if you are not a leader to friendship and you got kids, you are a leader to those kids. If you don't have leadership, but then you have parents that's still alive, you have the role to understand once these people get of age, you are going to be the leader, and you're going to have to be the one in control of what needs to be done, the directions, the choices, if they got to pull the plug, not pull the plug, whatever the case may be.
If you choose that assignment, because some people are not built for that.
Again, but if that's your role as a leader,
if it is your role, or if it's a role that you've been put into, is a difference. You have
to take that responsibility and take it with the chin up. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of us as leaders, we keep quiet and then we step away because we really are selfish in our own ways, because after a while you really do start feeling like,
when am I going to receive the outcome from this?
Correct.
When am I going to get the praise for doing this?
And then it started becoming a praise thing where you want acknowledgement. And once you start wanting acknowledgement for something that you naturally do, that's what kill you.
Like I said before, praise in public, criticize behind the scenes.
Correct. I feel like that's a lot of the times that's issue in the leadership role also. Once you start wanting praise and something that you naturally are
that you're gifted with,
you start losing focus with the assignment again. So that's why I touch on the leadership, because a lot of leaders, they don't lead and they don't admit to their followers per se that they have not been a great leader, and that also makes a great leader, is admitting when you're wrong and you're right at all times.
Humility.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just my one take with leaders. Just know that it's not just you that you got to look after when you make a decision. I don't know how many people it is. It could be 1 to 100 to 1,000, whatever the case may be for your own personal self. You have a role, and it is for you to continue to play that role no matter what the outcome is, because consistency is key. And the more consistent you are with something, regardless of the outcome will come eventually. Even if it's after your passing, maybe it will click then. You just don't know. You don't know. But you gotta be consistent.
Gotta be consistent.
Yeah, because it's like when the moment you give up, that'd be when it was about to happen, right?
Yo, literally, the moment you do give up, it's like weight loss. You could work out for 2 months. Granted, I know a lot of people don't work out the right way, but depending on if you're working out the right way, you could work out for 2 months, probably see slow progress, 5 pounds here and there, maybe 2, 3, 4 pounds here and there, but you gaining progress. It's not a lot that you want to see. And then you want to see 10 pounds, 15 pounds. You want to see something more than just 3 pounds. Yo, let your body start working its way to understanding what it just adjusting to.
And it's a slow process.
And you don't know it that one day it may say, all right, we on now. I understand. Let's go.
Burn.
And then now it start burning at a rapid pace, and you like, oh my
looked
God.
like this in my life.
Yes. Yep, you're right.
What is it?
I look better than I looked in my
What is
20s.
it? Pressure makes diamonds.
For real.
Diamonds come from coal.
For real. So I appreciate this. I appreciate this podcast, man, a lot. And I hope everybody else appreciate it also.
Absolutely.
Hope you appreciate the guests that we be bringing on here, that we about to be bringing on here.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be back too, dog.
Yeah, we going to start expanding sooner or later. We definitely going to be starting to expand. Bring more people on here. Give people opinions.
We will expand.
Didn't I say that? Did I say we will? Or no?
I'm just saying we will.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like giving it like a superhero
You want to double?
emphasis.
Yeah, you know, I probably got to pop them off right now.
You know, I want to give my like take on it, like some type of arch nemesis.
Anime status.
Absolutely.
You got anything else to say? You wanted to chime in? Want to jump in this today?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, sometimes a spiritual awakening. Never mind. Lost my train of thought. No, let me reword it. Sorry, y'all. Some people think that a spiritual awakening is the best awakening, but sometimes the best awakening is the rude one. So we need to wake up and do what we gotta do.
True.
Very true.
And I'll take ownership in that too, with doing what I need to be doing.
We all need to do what we do. Just sometimes we move at a certain pace of our moving and not how it should be done. And that goes sometimes back to the small versions of the procrastination.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I ain't even gonna say all that. But sooner or later people see the results. People see the results here.
We'll get there.
Weekly and weekly. Yo, I gotta bring some lights in the background as I'm starting to look at everything now. Some color lights. The neon joints.
Mm-hmm.
Slow process.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get some of those. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Probably change it up. You know what I mean? Consistency.
Get some double-sided tape, man.
You know what I mean? Because that was something that we've been supposed to do, but we supposed to been doing.
That's for the switch up. Prepare for the switch up.
Like my stickers in the back, I still ain't got none of them joints yet. Procrastination. Again, why I ain't do it yet?
And it's something small.
Lazy.
And it's something small, right?
Yep, lazy.
Let that be an example.
You got anything else to touch on this?
Not really. I think we all need to get out of a procrastination phase because we all slowly go through it. And basically going back to bettering ourselves.
I know it feel overwhelming, but fight through it, please.
Make your damn bed in the morning.
Small things. You know what I do now? Make my bed up and I added prayer in the beginning of my mornings now. Yep.
I do that too.
Just some.
I do that when I wake up in the morning,
And now,
I do it when I get behind the wheel. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We
as always,
and we just ask that you like, subscribe, press that little button, and try to support us. Find a friend, tell a friend to be a friend.
Please, so we can get to start doing some live streams, man. I want to start going live, getting other people's personal opinions.
I keep asking people. People keep asking me, "Y'all going live? Y'all go live?" And I'm like, "We're in the process."
But we was just talking about cutting these joints to 30 minutes, and here we is. I don't know how long this is today.
I don't know. So
This one is a long
This
one.
bitch gon' matter of fact, since we already cutting this halfway mark, I ain't gonna do it.